Hi everyone, welcome to the Frugal Rules YouTube channel. Please click the red subscribe button and leave any questions that you have below. Today I'm answering a very important question that a lot of us are asking right now. How should I prepare for a recession? Many people won't even use the word recession out of fear of bringing one on. Any West Wing fans out there, like myself, will remember Josh Lyman calling them bagels on the show. Recessions are never good. The economy shrinks, production slows, spending goes down, and overall people are scared about their finances. The last time we had a recession was in 2008. I was working as a stockbroker and I spoke with people every day who were worried about their future. We had just had our first child and my wife was pregnant with our second. I was afraid I would lose my job or that she might lose hers. That fear kept me up at night. So if you're afraid right now, that's normal. I'm going to show you how to fight that fear with 6 practical tips. Some of them might be things you're already doing, and if so, great. But I guarantee at least one of them will surprise you. The first tip that you can follow to prepare for a recession is to save as much as you can. That might sound obvious, or it might feel impossible. I'm here to tell you that it's not. Even if you're on unemployment right now, you can still save some money. Saving as much as you can is absolutely hands down the best way you can recession-proof your finances. If you don't already have one, you need to start an emergency fund today. An emergency fund is money you set aside for an urgent need. That sounds pretty simple, right? But many Americans don't have one. In fact, most people can't handle an emergency of $400. That's a bad thing because when you don't have money for an unexpected car repair or house repair, you will likely end up going into debt to pay for them. That gets you trapped in an awful cycle where no matter how hard you try to dig yourself out of debt, you just keep sinking deeper and deeper. So make it your goal today to save $500. You can open a high-yield savings account from one of the ones I recommend below, where I discuss how to start an emergency fund. If you can't find one with a low enough minimum balance requirement, use Chime Bank. They have no minimum balance requirements, and they also round up all your purchases on your debit cards, allowing you to save up to $500 per year in your savings account from your normal spending. When you add that to whatever else you're able to contribute directly to your savings account, you can easily save $500 or more this year. Once you reach that first $500, save another, then another. Keep going until you save at least 6 months of living expenses. If you still have a job, great. Take a serious look at what you're spending and what you're earning and decide how much you can save from each paycheck. If you don't know how much to set aside, that's okay. Now you're ready for my second way to survive a recession: analyzing your spending. Are you making any big purchases right now? What are you buying that you don't truly need to survive on? Those are expenses that you can cut. Then you can put that money into your emergency fund each month. Limit your spending to necessities like rent, or your mortgage, utilities, your phone bill, internet, and insurance. Now I know what you're thinking. You might be saying, that's all I'm spending my money on. It's impossible for me to save. Are you paying more than what you should be for a service? You can try to negotiate a lower price and save that money. But I know negotiating isn't something many like to do. I don't like to do it myself. Thankfully, there's an app for that. Truebill is a neat little app that negotiates lower rates with your service providers on your behalf. You can take the savings that Truebill earns for you and put that in your emergency fund. If analyzing your expenses sounds a lot like budgeting, that's because it is. Check out my post below on how to create a budget. Okay, let's move on to the third way to prepare for recession, and that is to manage your debt. I hate debt. Debt makes life hard, harder than it already is. The times we're living in now are difficult, to say the least. Debt makes these times even more challenging. Now you want to write out all your debts so you know what you're dealing with. If you have a credit card that has debt and you're still working, consider transferring that to a zero balance transfer card. If you've lost hours at work, call your lender and see how they can help. If you can't pay your bills this month, Call your service providers and lenders. Tell them what you're dealing with and ask them for help. Talking with them is always better than not. And don't overlook assistance programs that may be available for you. For example, there are mortgage and rent assistance programs as well as student loan assistance programs right now during COVID-19. The key is to reach out and ask for what's available. A fourth thing you want to do financially to help survive the recession is to keep investing. This one might sound surprising to you. When you see the stock market going on a wild ride, the last thing you want to do is to put more money in the stock market. But it's necessary if you want to grow your money. We know from the last recession that those who stayed in the market fared considerably better than those who sold at the bottom and bought back in once the stock market began to rise. Think of it as something going on sale at your favorite store. Lower prices help you take advantage of deals if you invest during a recession. If you're new to investing or afraid that you'll make a bad decision, a service like Betterment can help you start investing. On that line, a fifth thing you should do to prepare for a recession is to diversify yourself. If you have lost your job or are afraid that you'll be laid off, now is the time to diversify yourself. If you're still working, volunteer to take on new responsibilities. Ask to job shadow in a different area. Learn a new skill in your downtime. Basically, you want to make yourself as valuable to your current or potential future employer as possible. Are you currently out of work? You need to look for ways to earn more money. There are a lot of good side hustle apps out there. Postmates and Instacart Shopper are two that come to my mind right away. You want to look for ways to grow professionally and create new income streams. That will help you weather the recession much more than just putting all your eggs into one financial basket. A sixth thing you can do to come through this recession okay is to reanalyze your housing. Housing is pretty much everyone's largest expense. If you can save money on housing right now, it will help you survive the recession. Do you rent your home? Look into getting a roommate if you don't have one. You can also ask your landlord if there's ways to save on rent. Do you have a mortgage? Ask your lender about refinancing your mortgage. Rates are at historical lows right now, so you might want to ask your lender what rate you can qualify for. As with the other 5 ways, put whatever savings you gain into your emergency fund. There are few things that you can control in life. Experiencing a global economic collapse definitely falls into that category. No one can tell you when the recession began or when it will end. Our economy has survived numerous recessions, but growth has followed each one. Now is the time to make smart financial choices so that you can come through this okay. If you're anxious, follow me. Take a deep breath and know that you're not alone. We're living in historic times. We will make it through this, but it takes wise planning to weather the storm. Remember to check out the links below for more information on how to start a budget, increase your savings, and other helpful articles. Please leave questions in the comments below because I want to hear from you. What are you doing to prepare for a recession? How much have you saved? Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more content.